If it was any other team, Pirates loses that game. If it was a Magesi, if it was a Skukune, Pirates loses that game. If I told you that Pirates last week would lose its most important game, one of the most important games of its history, and then come into the following week and lose to a Skukune, and then within 3 minutes of the game, Chiefs is leading 1-0, I would tell you that Pirates is losing that game. I would be confident. But it's Kaizer Chiefs. And even if you're the most ardent supporter, when they scored that first goal, in your mind you had to think to yourself, yeah, Pirates could come back here. And there's a lot of things that are at play, but I want to start off with the fact that there's something about Kaizer Chiefs that has been a problem for a very long time. We don't have a plan B. Plan A got you the goal. Plan A got you possession. Plan A got you the passes. But when Pirates figured out your plan A, you don't have a plan B. And you know what happened? Pirates gained confidence. Pirates remembered themselves. And that's a team that you don't want to remember themselves. That game could have ended a lot different. If Nkota took that game seriously, that should have been a 3-4-5-1. But I want to drill deeper into this game, because there's a ton of things that are exposed when you watch it. Number one, is Chiefs busy? Is Chiefs just busy? Or are they effective? And those are two questions that that's a question that you have to ask. They had the possession, they were passing, they were doing everything. Hey, they look good. I saw Chiefs fans in my comments getting up and all of that. But then when you look at the end of the first half stats, it's 1-1. And Chiefs have had 2 chances, 1 on target, 58% possession. Whereas Pirates has had 5 chances, 3 on target. You look at Kaizer Chiefs and you wonder about the basics. What do I always say about Chiefs' attack? They attack, they free flow, they're running around, they're all of those things. But what ends up happening? Chiefs midfield, they had the passing, they had the possession, they were doing all of that. How many times did you see them finish a move? Even getting to the other side. How many times? And the whole season we've been sitting and I've been telling you, guys, box entries mean nothing. These little chances that everybody says are created mean nothing because the quality of the chance is not good. Here's Pirates. 2 meaningful attacks, rarely. From the first half to when Mfukeng scores. 2 meaningful attacks. And they score. Mfukeng is out of the game for 80%, 85%. But you know what happens? The 15% that is in, he's effective. Basic. Let's go to another basic. Everybody's going to look at Makgopa's goal. And they're going to say, Dove shouldn't have jumped out. Maybe if he didn't jump out and he had been positionally disciplined, he would be closer to Makgopa when Makgopa gets that ball. Maybe Vuma could have done better. But if you rewind the tape, you'll see that right before that, Chiefs had 4v2 transition. High line, halfway line, 4v2. Mdu gets the ball. There's a man making a run right next to him. There's Lilepo standing behind 2 defenders. There's Modi making a blind run on the other side. Now, basics would tell you that you play it to the simplest pass. Now, Umuntu is right there. But he tries to flashy. He tries to play a reverse pass through defenders. Pirates goes the other way. Nkota plays a very simple ball in behind the defense for Makgopa to finish. Basic. And when you speak about confidence, You could tell when Chiefs' confidence was gone. There was a point in that game, most of the second half, you could tell that they had nothing left. All of the little hype from scoring with Lilepo was gone. And the same problems creep up all the time. Cross has been playing so well as a left centre back in a 3. The moment you move him out to the left-hand side and you don't support him, do you know what happens? He's playing versus Nkota. He's on a yellow card. Instead of taking him off and maybe restructuring the defense, you keep him on, there goes a red. He's out. You look at Utove. Utove, I said, reminded me in this game a lot of Cardoso. And Cardoso used to play with Matoho, and the big problem between the two of those players was that Cardoso would go, would smell out the danger, would want to go in and leave the back. How many times did we see Quinica 1v1? There's 2 mistakes that he made when Mahopa was rainbow flicking the ball over him. And Mahopa, if not for being rushed, he could have taken 2 steps and taken a shot, or even passed, because there was no cover. Why? Utova akekho. uSolomon's akekho. Okay, so I know I stopped the video a lot, and a lot of you are wondering, why are you asking for money? So I wanted to show you. I asked for money because I want to do more of this. Huh? But the truth of the matter is that it took over an hour in order just to render that shot. And it takes even longer when I'm doing my normal content because, guys, here's the unsung hero of the channel. And unfortunately, Shem, wazama, but the screen is broken. I have to use a second screen and the performance is not up to it. So I'd really love to upgrade things like that. And when you look over here, this is what the setup looks like. Rehenga di patlo and rehenga di green screen, which is a reality of being a South African content creator. Also, this is what people think is my studio. It's actually my house. So if you still don't know that I'm doing all of this from my home, then I don't know. But that is essentially what I want to do. More of these cool things. But I need you guys to please help me out by donating 50 Rand or more into this account. You know, we're fighting for multi-choice. And for multi-choice, but there is subscription models all over the place. And I'd love to give the biggest quality while also being able to pay my rent and do things like that. That is where your money is going. And I promise to give you only the best content that I can if you do throw something in. So I just wanted to show you guys what I want to do with your money. I want to take this South African football and fulfill my dream of taking it into the future. But thank you guys so much. Remember, this is the bank account that you deposit into. Get back into the video. On top of that, you need to be more cautious because you're playing with a midfield that has no defensive 6. None, nothing, nada. Unqobo's great. He can play up the ball. But in terms of defense, there's an issue. Did we adapt? Did we change? Did we find a different structure? No. What does Chiefs do? Second half. You're bringing in Morris, Castillo, Dupreez, Cele. Can somebody please tell me what that helped with? Did you see a run that put Dupreez through to use his pace? Did you see a hanging high ball that could be played to Morris for him to header the ball? What did you see that tactically shifted? Because for Pirates, they realized that, guys, we're losing it in the midfield. But the midfield is there to be taken. Dlamini comes on. Marco goes off. They take away the expensive play or the wide play and they go, hi man, we can play up the middle here. Hoto, go back to left back. Dlamini, let's push up a little bit. They changed. Second half, you see a different Pirates. You see a Pirates that's no longer playing long balls. They're now putting it on the ground. Abong Fukeng are getting it on their feet. Abong Kota are getting on their feet. They're transitioning. Meanwhile, Chiefs has brought in 4 of these players and they're just standing up top doing nothing. Which then means what? The midfield is bare again. The defense is under pressure again. And what this shows is that Pirates had a plan B. Pirates they saw something was happening, they made some tactical changes, they changed how that game is played. Chiefs made changes. And for another game, the changes meant nothing because they're just being brought on. I said in a previous video that they're just being brought on to refresh the legs. It's not because Nabi has seen something and is taking advantage of something. This 2-1 scoreline is flattering. This should have been 4-5, legit. Only Funkota stopped taking for granted some of the possession that they had, the position they found themselves in, trying to do fancy passes or losing the ball. If not for that, this would have been more embarrassing. You look at him too. Again, I'm going to single him out. And it's not just him, it's all of the guys. I think Chiefs just struggles with playing basic football. There's no need to try and be fancy. There's no need to try and do crazy things. If they just keep to the basics, they come out of that game with a win most probably. If you just play the right pass, Cirino, in and out, what has he given us? I don't know. Playing on the wing for some reason, instead of just the basic of let him play 10 and be the brain of Chiefs and orientate everybody around him. He's on the wing. He's running around. And I know some people will say, Cirino needs the free roll. He's good in the free roll. Every time he has the free roll, it's great. Yeah, but you can't have Cirino in the free roll and everybody else also in the free roll. I'm going to say it again. You need structure. You need a plan. How do we play the ball out? Where do we play the ball out? Why are you making this run? Why are you going there? Otherwise, you're just going to watch people running around. There's so many Chiefs players that I can point to, and I'm asking you, what was the point of them playing? What was the point of Shabalala on the pitch today? What did he do? We don't know. What was the point of Glodili Lepo today on the pitch, outside of the goal? What did he do? You can ask the question about Mart, who's meant to be, I guess, the most senior defensive midfielder there, even though I don't like him there. But what did he do today? What was the point of Cirino? What was the point of Modi? Okay, Modi at least had a bit of a better game. We can't keep playing games where people are lost, man. And confidence is a very important thing. Now Pirates has got that confidence back. We've given it to them, knowing full well that next week you're going to go play them Nedbank Cup. Now they are confident. Now they are up for it. Now next week, when Nkota is looking at Dove, he's going to go, Nyamazlo. When Fukeng is placed versus Solomon's on the other side, he's going to look and go, this one. No, Mahupa. Guys, Mahupa's rainbow flicking people. Mahupa. If Quinica comes out again next week, Shem, I think we should be thankful that Mabasa didn't make it off of that bench. I'm guessing. If he had been on the pitch today, what happens? Back to the mistakes that we had seen all season long. Back to. But I want to hop on the point that Orlando Pirates reads the game. Jose reads the game, sees the places where they are weak, makes changes, affects the game. Cardoso, Mamelodi Sundowns, sees the game, sees where it's heading, makes changes, goes and wins the game. Right now in the league, Chiefs has 11 losses. 12. It's now 12 today. They've conceded 23 goals. It's now going to be 25 goals. They've only scored 24 goals. They've now conceded 31. They've got a grand total of 30 points in the league. They're number 9. They had a game now. If number 8 wins, they go further. There's teams behind us, I think it's Makesi, that have 2 games in hand. They can win those games and jump. I'm not asking for this team to go and win the league and do all of those things, Mara. Look at what a mess the second half was. Look at what a mess just the game was. Any other team, nice Kukuna was able to do it. Any other team would have beaten Pirates today. And you can't keep excusing it, guys. You can't keep excusing it. I want to give credit to Orlando Pirates for bouncing back. It's very hard to bounce back and find your form after going through so many things. You know, Pirates is a team that is consistently missing players. OCBC getting the red card last game, I thought was going to be a change factor for this game, but Chiefs didn't push him. But to play a game where you have Mbogazi, Koki, Shandu and Mako, in a season where you are now you've just missed CBC for this game, but you've missed out on Da, you've missed out on Abu Sesane. The fact that Jose can get into this game and show that not only do I trust youngsters Mfukeng, Nkota, Mbogazi, I'm also trusting Ngozi, who came on, Silepe, who made his debut, Raliopani, youngsters. It shows you how much trust Jose has in these players, but it also shows you how little Kaizer Chiefs made sense in the second half. So I think this will be a great boost for Pirates, who mathematically are still in the hunt for the league, mathematically, depending on how Sundowns does on their games and how they win their games in hand. But in terms of a confidence booster going into the Nedbank Cup, I think that final is going to be all Pirates. Chiefs needs to go back to some sort of drawing board. I don't even know if they have a drawing board, because it doesn't seem like they plan anything. Doesn't seem like they sit the players down and, guys, move here, move the ball there. This is how we build up. This is how we play. When we're defending, can you please tuck into here? If somebody's not talking Dove, can you not jump and do this? Solomon's, can you make sure that when you push forward, you tell the person who's meant to cover you? Can somebody be there to cover? When you see that your left-hand side is being overloaded, what do? When you see that Pirates has now opened up the game and they're moving your back two up and down, can you guys adapt or figure out that something is wrong here and then play? We can't keep allowing Kaizer Chiefs to get away with playing like an under-17 team, an under-15 team. We can't keep saying that, no, it's quality, you need quality. How much more quality does Kukune have and they beat the Pirates? There's a team that's being coached by Rabatol that is climbing up from relegation to now within touching distance of Kaizer Chiefs, if not overtaking them in the next two games. Those guys don't have quality. They've changed players, they've changed coaches. Pirates is sitting here with a team that looked very different at the beginning of the season. Inconsistent as they are as well, at times. Stop making excuses. Now, luckily, Chiefs has 3 games left to play of the season. And then, of course, there's the Nedbank Cup final next week. Hopefully, they can go back and do what we've been asking them to do for the whole season. Read up, prepare, respect the game. This was a lucky loss. Could have been way more. But they need to pull up their socks. We need to see something, whether it be Vuma, Dove, Cross, Shabalala, Coach Nabi. Guys. I'll see you guys on the next one.